I love the rain. Most people hide from it. Most people wear umbrellas and do some sort of nonsense to get away from it. But no, I love the rain. And the reason why is because it's the few times, if any times, throughout life where everyone receives an equal challenge and an equal opportunity to overcome that challenge. And instead, people are going to hide. They're going to use it as an excuse. But no, I love the rain. It is motivation. It is like, it makes me feel like I have purpose and I'm just living. I love that. My name is Nolan T. Painter, a young aspiring man with aspirations greater than frankly anyone will ever understand. And in today's video I'm wearing a suit because it's October 31st, it's Halloween. And while everyone else is being degenerates, smoking, vaping, having sex, wearing, frankly I'll just put it like torn outfits and disgusting things and going to parties, I'm sitting here recording a video. So why am I wearing a suit? Well, I'm not really celebrating Halloween this year. I would every other year with my family, but I have no family. They're way away. I have no friends. And the one girl who I'd sacrificed everything to be with right now was away. So I'm kind of alone. Well, I've been alone. That's no new news, but I'm alone on Halloween. You know, if I was Emperor of the Universe, the one thing I'd want to do would be to go play dress up in a room and wear a bunch of matching costumes. That'd be awesome. But you know what? Nope. Right now I gotta make a video. So I thought I'd put on my suit, because if everyone's gonna look stupid, then, you know, what's one more stupid looking person added to the world? You know what I'm saying? So I'm wearing my suit, giving me a good excuse, I'm having fun. And you know what? I can't afford a pumpkin, but I got this guy. I named him Jeremiah. This is Jeremiah, my orange. I'm too broke to afford a pumpkin, so he's my orange. This is my pumpkin for Halloween. So he'll sit with me as I record this video. I'll eat him later. Don't tell him that. So the rain, you know, what does the rain mean? Well, it's like a metaphor, but you also see the rain not necessarily as just rain, but other things in our lives, like a test, right? Granted, we don't really share our grades in a test, but in like a math test, everyone faces the exact same challenge. And it's how equipped or prepared you are for that challenge which will determine the results or the consequences. The smart kid's gonna do good, the dumb kid's gonna do bad type of deal. Except in the rain, you know, all our grades are published as we're taking the test, right? Every question that we do, every action that we have, the consequences are brought in that moment because it's happening. It's currently raining, you know what I'm saying? So, in the storm, like, there's no nonsense. In rain, there's no nonsense. There's no followers, there's no reputation, you're just in the moment, you're living. And, you know, you'll ask this question, well, it's raining, so should I go out? Should I go to the gym? Because it's raining, oh, it's difficult. And let me tell you, rain is like one of the nicest motivators or reasons to want to go to the gym. I want to go to the gym, why? Because it's raining. I want to go for the jog, why? Because it's raining. There's nothing feels better as a guy. A single guy, that is. Believe me, if you were not single, there'd be a lot of really nice feelings, but there's nothing that feels better as a guy who's working hard and who's out in the rain, right? I'll be out in the rain. I'll be sitting in a t-shirt and like shorts, just jogging through the rain, going to the gym, working out, and then jogging back home. And I'll have people wearing like giant winter jackets because I guess, you know, they live in Canada and for some reason they don't know what the cold feels like, but whatever. And they'll have umbrellas and whatnot, and they're hiding from the rain. And they'll look at me and they'll look horrified. And as Goggins says, I'm stealing their soul. I'm stealing their soul in that moment, and nothing feels better than seeing weak people look to you and go, like, not necessarily amazed, but they're gobsmacked. Like, they have this envy for you, because they're like, what the heck? How are you doing that? How do you think you're better than me? And I'm like, I'm looking at them and I'm like, I am better than you. I am better. I'm going out in the rain, going to the gym to work out while you're hiding. Right? Nevertheless, like, I've had the gym employees tell me, like, oh, you know it's raining, man? You're wearing a t-shirt. And I'm like, yeah, I know. I'm a real man. I'm him. You know what I'm saying? The rain makes you feel like you're him. And that's an amazing feeling as a man, to feel like you're actually having success for once. That's why I love skiing, because my favorite part about skiing, downhill skiing that is the crash. When you're falling, when you're, you know, crashing through skiing, you're not worried about school or some girl or some nonsense or your business you're growing or your language you're learning. You're just surviving, you're living. And the rain is almost like that, just to a smaller degree. You're living. And that's why I love the rain, because everyone is living at the exact same time. And you'll see the weak dull down, and you'll see the strongest shine above everyone else. And it's amazing. Frankly, I really love the rain. I've been missing out on a lot of it because in this big city where I'm staying in, there is a significant lack thereof. But back home, there would be frequent storms. So snowstorms, rainstorms, whatever it is, there's always storms. So I loved it, right? And the importance of this is that most people are never going to see your struggle. Most people will never recognize it or never appreciate it, especially the people you love. Like, even the people you love is what I'm saying. Even your girl, right? You're a good woman as a man. She will struggle to recognize all the pain you went through because only you and God can recognize that pain. Only you, and well, he'll probably do a better job than you, but only the two of you will really recognize that pain. Everyone else is going to struggle to comprehend it because they didn't live it. They didn't see what it cost you. And that's why you see a lot of pathetic people say tax the rich or burn the rich. And I don't mean like corrupt government employees. I mean, Joe Schmo who worked his butt off and then now he's owning a property out in the woods so he can grow his family, right? They're like, tax those people. It's like, you realize how hard they had to work for that? I'm only realizing, or at least appreciating, I'm only appreciating now how hard those people had to work to achieve such a thing, to achieve the family, to achieve the nice house, to achieve the nice cars. That takes a lot of work. And a lot of people, because we're naturally selfish, are just going to disregard all that hard work and say, oh, you didn't work for it, you didn't do it. You were just given it. And in fact, they don't even see the hard work. They don't even know it or recognize it at all because they're so envious. They're so jealous of it. And in the moments of the rain, all of a sudden that hard work is broadcasted to everyone because there is no avoiding the rain. Everyone is experiencing it, right? And because everyone's experiencing the same challenge, the people who are predominantly effective at overcoming challenges will shine so much greater than everyone else. That's why I appreciate it, because it's one of the few moments in life where I'm actually understood. It's one of the few moments in life where everything I go through is recognized, even if just for a brief moment, even if just from a glance, because someone's going to see me running down and go, okay, yeah, that dude knows what's up, running down in a t-shirt in like a thunderstorm. Nothing really beats that in life. And I said earlier, but yeah, Goggins says it best. David Goggins says it best. He said in a story, he was talking to a man about going up a mountain, hiking up a mountain. And the man said, well, how often do you hike up this mountain? It was a long hike. And Goggins said, oh yeah, well, every day, or something ludicrous like that. Right? It's David Goggins. I'm sure he'd go multiple times a day if he wanted to. And the man said, oh, okay, well, I'll see you there. And David Goggins said, okay, I'll see you there. So David he's hiking up this big old mountain. And he's like, well, where the heck is this guy? He said he'd be here. And then he looks, and there's a gondola, which is like a giant, like, train system. Or not a train system. It's like, I don't know, it's a gondola. It's a giant tram that just brings people up and down the hill. And he looks, and he sees the man's face. The same guy who told him, yeah, I'll go up with you. He sees his face, and he's horrified. Because this whole time he thought he was just taking the tram. No, he was hiking the whole mountain on foot. And moments like that, that's when you take someone's soul. That's when you're stealing their soul. In those moments where someone is noticing or finally realizing how hard you truly work and recognize that they themselves are doing nothing, that's when you steal someone's soul. And when you're running in the rain in like a t-shirt and shorts and you're just blazing through the storm, even if it's not rain, even if it's a test or hiking or whatever it is, they will recognize you for like one of the few times you will get in your life. And nothing feels better as a hardworking man than when you steal their soul, when you see the weak and you pry whatever hope or whatever, not necessarily hope, but whatever laziness they have, and you pry all their laziness out of them. And you go, look, I'm doing it. I'm him. I'm running in the storm. I'm going to the gym for like a 2-3 hour workout, and then I'm running back when the storm's even worse. I don't care. Right, that is a hard-working man. And I just want to correct myself. I said hope earlier. You're not removing their hope. If anything, you're giving them hope because you are someone who's admirable, who people can look to for admiration because you're doing something that they otherwise would seem otherworldly or unnecessary, and you're working harder than they would have otherwise realized. So you're giving them hope. And you're stealing their laziness because they're lazy, and you're just smacking them in the face and going, yeah, you are lazy, work hard. And you don't often get those times in life. So that is why I love the rain. That is why the rain is so amazing. That's why I love scenarios where you're just put to the test and you are living. You are living, you are surviving, you are thriving. You're not worried about some nonsense. You're not worried about the test you have or the schoolwork you gotta do or the food you're gonna eat. You're just living. You're just living, dude. And nothing really beats just living. And the reason why I'm so fascinated with having a relationship with the girls, because in those moments you are living, and more importantly, you're comforted. You're given a beautiful, loving comfort that's good. So that's why I think it's so important that a good man chase a good woman or search for a good woman, because you'll find that feeling. You'll find that primal desire, as a lot of men look for in a woman. And this is because oftentimes pain or your struggles or whatever you're going through, it really isolates men, but it also builds them. So in these moments where your pain is no longer isolated and everyone is experiencing the same frequency of pain, your exuberance or your beauty, what makes you so strong, shines just above everyone else. And I'm not saying that in a way where you have to go, I'm better than people. You should never believe you're better than anyone else. You should always believe you are never better than anyone, and you gotta work hard to become equal to people or to serve other people. You should always humble yourself in that regard. But it's a nice feeling to have when you are basically falling on your face every day and then you get like a little ounce where you're like, yeah, screw you, dude. I'm running in the rain in my shorts. Nothing beats that. And the rain itself, it's a reminder that suffering isn't punishment, it's purification. When you're walking out in the rain, going to the gym, you're not suffering, you're being purified. You're sitting there getting drenched in the rain and you're going, this is awesome, I'm getting drenched right now. Right? This is going to make me such a stronger individual afterwards, because you overcame a challenge that everyone else was faced with. You were scared of going out in the rain. You were worried about it, but you're going in, you're feeling you're freezing your butt off, your hands are numb, you're drenched, you're soaked, and then you got to go do a workout and do it all over again. And you're sitting there going, this is awesome. I'm going to be a stronger man after this. I'm going to be a hardened man who is way more compassionate, way more empathetic, way more caring, way stronger, a much better protector, someone who can make others feel more safe because I'm a stronger man. So those experiences in a nutshell are essential to a man becoming a better man. And they're very infrequent. So when they do happen, I'm always insanely grateful for them. But this also reflects every man has a storm inside of him too. Every man has this rain inside of him that's at a different degree depending on who you are. But what's consistent is that other people won't be able to fully recognize the degree at which the storm is within inside you, right? Only God can know that, and you might have a bit of a grasp on it, but frankly, no one else will truly understand how deeply you're hurt or how hard you're working to achieve something, whatever it is, right? The failures, the rejections, doubts, that's like thunder. That's the storm. That's what you're experiencing. But if you learn to walk through it, if you learn to charge through this rain inside of you, whatever you're hiding, it'll find peace. You'll find peace. And I didn't mean to get so philosophical there, but essentially what I'm saying is, while you'll have rain in real life most of the time, 99% of the time, you're having rain within yourself. You're having rain inside your heart, rain inside your body, whatever you're concerned about, whatever you're freaking out over, some addiction, you're lusting this, lusting that, you're addicted to smoking, or you're worried about this, you want to do this, you're struggling to do that. Everyone's got a bit of rain in them. And the beautiful thing is no one will recognize it. So as a man, you kind of have to thug it out and work hard and be grateful for the moments when they do come. When the rain does come, and when everyone does appreciate you and recognize you, and there is no hiding it. It's hard to explain, it's more of a feeling, but I'm sure a lot of hard-working men, or necessarily men who want to work hard, they'll appreciate it because they'll understand the feeling that is running through the rain. So yeah, every man does carry a storm inside of him, but to escape that storm, you gotta run through it, you gotta power through it. Because you can't outrun the storm, but the storm eventually will dissipate, it will go away. The blue clouds, the white clouds, the blue sky, it will chase away all the gray clouds and the dark sky. So work hard, thug it out. Time is relevant in everything because you have to just wait through it. I myself am a concrete example of that because I'm having a big storm right now. I've been having a big storm for a long time, and I'm forced with an option. I can give up, or I can work hard. The thing is though, in my hard work, the only thing that will bring me closer to what I want to get, which if you don't know, I want to get back with this girl, I want to see her, but she's all the way back home, which is super duper far away. So until then, I'm working hard. But it doesn't matter how hard I work, it's not going to bring her any closer to me, because I just have to wait. Like, I have to wait time. So in this time though, I am choosing to work hard, such that when I do come back, when the time eventually does come, when I do wait long enough, when my patience is proven, I will be a man that's worthy. I will be a man who is recognized through my hard work. And that's the beauty of it, because sometimes when rain never comes and the world is dried up, you can still prove yourself through hard work. And hard work isn't telling people what you want. It's not telling people how hard you're willing to work. It's just the reward of actually doing things. It's showing things, right? Not necessarily showing things off, right? If you see a man drive around in a Lamborghini, he probably worked hard. Necessarily though, that man shouldn't be showing off his Lamborghini. If you see a man with a beautiful family and a good house, he probably worked hard. But he shouldn't be showing those things off. You'll recognize hard work when you yourself search and look for people who've worked hard, rather than those people coming out arrogantly and coming to you boasting of their hard work. You should never boast as a man. You should rather enjoy being silent and then greatly take appreciation in the moments where people recognize you, rather than seeking this validation. And if you don't know why, if you're like, Nolan, what are you on about? Well, if you think about it for a second, a man who's constantly trying to tell things about himself to others will just prove that people aren't interested in him. Rather, he's interested in people being interested in him. If you want people to be interested in you, then be patient, wait, work hard, and let the fruits of your labor be the motivation for people to become interested in you. And then even then, you'll get the best crowd. Because if you want to make a course on selling film product, are you going to go around asking a bunch of people? No, you're going to work hard, you're going to make it available, you're going to show people, how hard you're working through the beauty of which you are making the things and whatever you're making and how beautiful it is, and you'll get the target audience. You'll get the people who are interested in whatever you're making actually following through with it, because specifically they found your work first. That's why people always like hearing things about you. If you're a guy who's interested in a girl, don't always tell her what's so special about you. Have your buddy do it, or have one of her friends do it. That's why people are so influenced by the ones around them, because they find it so much more trustworthy when someone else tells them something about you rather than you just telling them. Which is weird, because you can have someone say, I trust you, I appreciate it. But when it's told from the mouth of someone else, then clearly it's so much more important. And this is hard to understand. It's stupid, frankly, but it's the way the world works. Now, I'm not telling you to not tell your partner anything. Obviously, you shouldn't do that. Absolutely not. But you should take appreciation for when her friends or when your friends do say things to her, and hopefully they're good things, because good trees bring good fruit, as it says so in the Bible. A bit of Bible wisdom. But yeah, so the next time it rains, the next time the storm comes, whether it's inside of you, whether it's outside and everyone's facing it or no one's facing it, whatever it is, don't run from it, run into it, charge through it, appreciate it, enjoy it. It will make you stronger, man. I'm hating this right now. I hate this. I hate being in this cramped room, no friends, no family, no girlfriend, no nothing. All I have is time, and I'm working hard, and I hate it. But the other option is giving up. And if I give up, I'm just going to prove everyone right. So I need to prove everyone wrong. I need to prove myself right, that I am a hard-working man who is deserving of these things, who is deserving of love, and that'll come through my hard work given time. So I'm charging into my storm. I got a smile on my face. So step into the storm, feel it, appreciate it, because they don't come very often. You aren't hardened very often. A sword isn't sharpened as often as it's used. So take that wisdom and hopefully apply it to your life. And of course, thank you very much for watching this far. I do appreciate it, as these videos are rather long, and I do love my good word salads. Perfect example right there. Whoa, perfect example right there. I'm struggling to speak, but I'm trying. I'm working hard. And you know what? Given a couple hundred more videos, I might be pretty good at talking. Anyways, my name is Nolan T. Painter. This is Jeremiah the Orange Pumpkin, who helped me out on this video today. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate you and all this. As much as I don't like it, I do really appreciate it. And I'll see you tomorrow.